Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering. Off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler video series videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks. I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I'm feeling like my old middle school self here. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. Whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. But what super cool shirt am I wearing for you today? Happens to be my my Dream Wake shirt. Yeah, it's very cool. I like the design. Very sort of retro 80s inspired. But what is Dream Wake? If you happen to be unfamiliar, they are a band from the East Coast. They are of a metal variety. They refer to their particular brand of music as wavecore. It's a really interesting mix of like metal, but then also sort of, tying along with sort of the aesthetic, sort of a 80s kind of, maybe early 90s retro inspired kind of vibe. It's a really interesting mix of stuff. They got harsh vocals, clean vocals. They have a saxophone player. They have some really cool technical playing. I really dig what they are doing. I ran into them. They were on tour with some bands that I was out to see a few months ago at the time I'm doing this. And I ended up really liking their stuff. I thought they were really cool. I liked them so much, I actually got some videos of their performance. Those videos are on my channel, just in case maybe you want to check them out. If nothing else, I'd be more than happy to kind of point you in the right direction as far as their music goes, because I think they're pretty damn spiffy. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Why am I feeling all middle school style? Well, folks, that's because it's been a while since I've had one of these. I'm reviewing, boom, the straw stabbed my hand, Capri Sun, yeah! Specifically of the Moon Punch variety, which is a limited edition flavor that just came out. Apparently, let's pull the thing off the thing. Ew! There go. Apparently, it is cherry flavored with other natural flavored juice drinks. So, is it just cherry? I guess it's just cherry. Okay. Yeah, man, I used to rock Capri Sun all the time when I was a kid. That was like my dad's go-to thing that he would get me for my lunches. And I would always burn through them way before the week was up, and he'd always get mad at me, but he'd buy me more. He was a good dad. It's interesting looking at the hole, because when I first remember Capri Sun, we had those little foil holes, and they sucked. They were really hard to get through. Then they came out with like the little sort of kind of gray plastic ones, and now we got clear. Ooh, it's all futuristic. So yeah, I went over there and bought up some Capri Sun. Oh yeah, let's try to get the thing in there. I remember them being bigger, but that might have just been me being smaller. So there we go. It's very rewarding to get that thing in there. So let's do a thing for the thing. We'll just go like that. Ha 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 ha! Try out some Capri Sun. That's just their cherry, damn it. And I remember, I don't know, maybe they don't offer cherry anymore. Again, it's been a while since I've been up to date on Capri Sun. But I remember them having a cherry because I liked it. That just tastes like that from what I remember. This isn't as rewarding as an experience as I was kind of hoping. It's tainting my memory a little bit. No, I mean, it's okay. Capri Sun is fine. But yeah, it's definitely not, As a kid, like I said, I always looked forward to it. It was, as an adult, it's like, yeah, this is a very okay kind of, quasi juice beverage. The fuck is Capri Sun anyway? Like, it's not a juice, obviously. It's like more of a sort of artificial flavored cocktail blend. Um, it's such a weird thing. It's in a pouch. I don't know. I've never looked into the history of Capri Sun, but I'm sure there's some interesting stuff there. Yeah, it's just a very okay tasting cherry drink. Um, it's a little bit sweet. Well, it's sweet for sure. It's got a little bit of tartness to it, which I do like. I think, as much as I like sweet cherries, I do think, having a little tartness, it creates those contrasting flavors. If you watch my channel, you know I'm a big fan of contrasting flavors. So I like that about it. It tastes kind of thin, like even if I was comparing it against like proper juice, like actual fruit juice, it definitely tastes thinner than that. Uh, this is definitely a drink. It's a drink made for kids, I mean, obviously, but it's one of those things where, I mean, I can drink this and enjoy it. It's not bad. I'll certainly finish it. And like I said, I mean, you can't buy a single Capri Sun. I don't think that exists anywhere in the world. So of course I had to go over there and buy a small pack of these things. Yeah, I was really hoping for something that's just cherry Capri Sun. I mean, it's good for what it is, but what it is isn't terribly impressive. Again, especially as an adult, it just, feels kind of lackluster. But at the same time, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. It's very okay. I can see why, as a kid, you could probably get along with this a little bit more. But as an adult, I expect more out of my fruit flavored in pouch beverages. But it's fine. Um, Two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I mean, no, and no unless you're under a certain age limit. I mean, and again, look, do what you need to do. Like, there's nothing that says, as an adult, you can't buy Capri Sun. I clearly am I'm proof of that. Albeit I don't look like a good adult, but um, yeah. I mean, for me personally, well, like I said, it's perfectly fine. I mean, I have no reason to get this again. Even if, again, like, sort of maneuvering away from any potential stigma of being an adult buying Capri Sun. It just has a flavor and everything. Like, it's fine. It's, decent cherry flavor for what it is. But it's just kind of weak. And there's better cherry tasting drinks out there. And I have to admit, I'm definitely disappointed. I was expecting this to be, it's a new flavor. It's a thing. It's got the moon. I was like, cool, man. This is going to be really neat. And it's just cherry. That's all there is to it. There's not really. So, yeah, for me, I don't have any reason to go back to this. If it were a really kick-ass flavor, if it were something really unique, then yeah, maybe I would go over there every now and again and, just put up with people giving me the side eye, like, why is that guy buying Capri Sun again? But as is, I wouldn't get it again. But I'll finish the rest of it. If I'm recommending it, like I said, I think Capri Sun, for as much as I'm dogging them a little bit here, I'm doing it with love. I think Capri Sun fills, a very specific niche. Like I said, it's that one of those classic, lunchtime drinks, something you can go over there and toss in with a, PB&J sandwich or what the fuck ever. In my case, it was peanut butter and honey, because that was kind of my dad's go-to for me. I think honey just costs less. Or at least it went longer. But, as an adult, there's really no reason to go back. This new flavor isn't a reason to return back to Capri Sun. It's not that interesting. It's tasty enough, but there's just, yeah. But again, if you're just buying it for the sake of, lunch supplemental, sure, it'll do that just fine. It will not have, it has not wavered in its capacity to do that in all these years. So, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, you go over there and have yourselves a truly 8th grade tastic rest of your life. Because I was trying to think about, middle school, 6th, 7th, 8th grade. It's like, which was like my favorite? 8th grade was probably my best year. No, it was definitely my best year. Final two things. Number one, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But will you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating, and it's just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there, whenever possible, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what was your favorite middle school experience, or did you not have one? Middle school was rough for me personally. Like, starting 6th grade, I did not do well in 6th grade. That was a whole thing. I had a lot of shit going on in my life, and it was a whole culture change going from grade school to middle school. And truth be told, I came very close to getting held back that year. It was a little bit dicey. I picked it up in 7th grade, did a little bit better, and then by 8th grade, I had my footing, and I was in a better environment. So, but what about you? Let me know in the comments.